Afternoon, everybody. Today we're going to discuss some of the new features with Civil Designer's Water. We've had a number of requests for some new features adding on to what we did in 8.1. I will now cover some of these features. I'm going to have a look at the new quantities for the house connections. As you know, you've got your quantities for the pipes, the bends, and now we have quantities for the house connections as well. You can check how many pipes are long and short. You can also check the saddles for the pipes and what diameters they will be saddling onto the pipe. You can also check the total length of pipe for the connections to the houses that you'll be using. You can now also globally select and change your connections graphically on your screen. Here we've got the category types. I'm going to go ahead and change the category types for different parts of my network for the house connections. So I can select. I know it selected some of the earth boundaries CAD, but that's not a problem. We'll go across to the connections defaults. We can then go ahead and change to a low volume. I can then go and select an area where I want a high volume of water takeoff for the larger properties. I can go and change that to a high demand. And now we can go and have a look at the connections dialog. Here you can see your spreadsheet for the outputs have changed and updated. If we touch on the house connections, the graphically adding your house connections, in the previous version, we had the ability to create double HOV connections, choose your value of your draw off, select the boundary with the road and the boundary with your neighbor. We also have the ability to do single connections to each property, and now in 8.2 we have the ability to do custom connections, which you can also remove should you have done it incorrectly, and you can simply redraw it again. If we run the time simulation, we can now have a look at our results. In terms of pressure at the nodes, we have added 2 extra types of pressure displaying. Let's go and put our display settings on. For the nodes, if we can now choose the pressure in head in meters, we can also choose the residual head in meters, and we can choose the pressure in bar. So there you'll see that you've got your pressure, which is your head in meters, plus the level above means sea level. Then we have the normal residual head in meters and your pressure in bar. Let's go and have a look at our data spreadsheets. You'll see that we now have added the hydrants and the street taps as well. So you can also change your categories for your hydrants and your street taps at this location. For the data spreadsheets for boreholes, I'm just going to change over to a different project. Here we can see we've got multiple boreholes and we're using the same pump throughout the system. So you can have different boreholes and different pump types as well. Right, so I'm going to show you some new features that are available in the new 8.2. This is to do with the max and the min display values during the 24-hour period. Let me show you in an example. Let's go to this mode over here. I want to show, let's go to the display settings quickly and then we'll go to the nodes. So if I right click over here, you'll see that you have the residual head in meters, the pressure bar, and the head in meters, as we spoke about earlier today. But now we also have the minimum head and the maximum head for that 24-hour period of analysis. And we also have the minimum and maximum residual head, as well as the minimum and maximum pressure bar. So let's go and have a look at adding just one of these for the example. We'll put the pressure in bar. I'll put that over there. And we can also say the max for the 24-hour period of analysis. Let's go and put the max pressure in. And we'll put the min pressure for the 24-hour period. Let's go and have a look at that. So it's not showing yet, so let's quickly run the analysis. And here we can see over the 24-hour period, it's now showing. The reason it didn't show earlier is because this project was created in 8.1 and I've created in 8.2, so it didn't have values yet in the new version. So this is a certain time of day. If you want to know what time of day that is, I'll show you in a second. And this is a the maximum value during the course of 24 hours and the minimum value during the course of 24 hours. You can always click on any node and we can go to water operations, have a look at the graph for that node. We're looking at the pressure in bar. So here you've got your two minimums during the course of the day and you have your maximum. That over there is at 20 past 10 in the daytime. So if you want to change that value to whichever value you want to discuss, you can always go to this over here, go to your results. We ran the time simulation, so you can change that, and that one will update according to whichever time of day you select. Whereas the other one would be the min and the max for the 24 hours. Hope that helps with your design. Let's go and have a look at the new tables that we've created. We choose the plan sheet file. Go and quickly create a viewport for this new drawing. I can then now switch on the lists, these new lists that we've created for your project for the setting out information. Here we have the list created. We can now simply select and move to a more desired location on your layout. I'm just going to change to CAD mode and move it to a better location. These tables are dynamically linked to your model in the model space. If you change anything in your model, it will update in these tables. Thanks for your time. I hope you will come to enjoy these new features found in Civil Designer's water module. Please feel free to send us any comments or suggestions that you may have for the water module. You can send these comments to info@civildesigner.com. Have a great day further. Goodbye.